offering for Wilfried Zaha, who's also put in a transfer request. So who knows? That does seem very unlikely, but that's on top of the 6 signings already, including Moise Kean from Juventus.
Yeah, that is good signing.
Yeah. Fabian Delph's come in. Andre Gomez, amongst others.
Well, he was there last year, but...
but still, getting
made permanent, yeah.
That's a big moment for them. Let's talk now to Evertonian and Everton podcaster Dave Johnson joins us. Good afternoon, Dave.
Hi, gents. Thanks for having me on.
It's a pleasure, yeah. So, are you surprised by the amount of business the team have done, or did you expect it to be this busy a summer?
I think I expected it. I mean, obviously not talking for a lot of Evertonians. I'm sure they'll have all their opinions. But for me, I thought, because we knew we were going to lose the likes of Idrissa Gueye, so we need to strengthen. We need competition for players who've been at, like Coleman, who's coming up to the age of 30. We need to replace a right back eventually. We need to be active. And first and foremost, we need a striker, which is what we've lacked since we lost Romelu Lukaku.
Yeah, I mean, I think most people think for what you've paid, and Moise Kean is some
real
player.
Prospect.
Yeah, I mean, that's look. He's looking at the market. If you've got it right, that's a huge bargain, and you could make a massive profit somewhere down the line as well on him.
Definitely. I mean, you've seen a lot of Juve fans on social media saying they're gutted to have lost them. But they've had the likes of Ronaldo in front of them as well. So Keane's probably a little bit down that pecking order. Obviously, similar, the scenario that he's had with the crowd and things like that probably spared them on to go, okay, maybe I want a new challenge. Everton can offer them it. We're crying out for the striker, crying out for goals, and this kid seems to have fit the bill nicely. And it just, he's fitting the age gap that Brands and Silva want. So, why not take a punt? 30 million's amazing.
It is.
Yeah.
What's a good season for Everton this year, do you think, given in mind what they've done so far?
I think we've got to retain the form that we finished with at the end of last season. We had the really good results against United, Arsenal, Chelsea. Cut out the silly mistakes.
Can I just point out that the game against Chelsea, the first half, was probably the best Chelsea played all season. It should have been about 5-0 up at half-time. Apart from that,
I do remember that game. He lost
that was the turning point.
Off when he
that was the turning. No, but that was the turning point for Everton. That second half against Chelsea, because the first half they were awful. I've got them sort of finishing 5th, 6th, or 7th, that sort of position.
Is that where you put your little list together? We'll talk about that in a moment. You've been putting your league table together. We got Dave back. Well, Dave Johnson. Sorry, we lost you there. From Grand Old Team podcast. So you're in your full flow. You were talking, Andy was taking you to task on, because let's be honest, the first half against Chelsea, you're under the cosh a bit, weren't you, in that game? But you got the result, that's all that matters.
Yeah. Well, that's it. We've got to grind out, we've had to grind out those results last season, but then we've known that team can play to a really high level and play to its strengths, which we showed in the second half. But then we also showed how capable we were against United and against Arsenal. That we are a team still in that transition. We've been in that transition for so long that we just need to get out of it now. And the signings that we've made, the steps that we're making should see us in good stead for the season. You going back to your question, I want to challenge the top 6 and a solid cup run. I'd like to end this who have actually won the League Cup. Just give me something.
So Andy,
that's a good point.
What did you say? 5, 6, or 7?
Between 5th and 7th. 5th, 6th, or 7th.
Andy sees you out. I mean, I've seen a couple of people on Twitter saying Everton with the business. Everton top 4.
No, I don't see that.
Can you see a scenario if you get Zaha maybe before 5 o'clock?
Yeah, well, that might be different.
If we can finish with that, but I think the biggest issue that we've got at the moment is still a centre half. Yeah. We still need that defensive stability, which we don't seem to have at the minute. We lost Zuma, which was really, really sad. That he took to the side really well. We didn't expect David Luiz to go on strike all of a sudden. we could have had that opportunity today to throw in a late bid for Zuma. Marcus Rocco, I don't know. The jury's still out on him, but. 6th or 7th, I'll take that personally because it will show progression. It get us back in Europe, get us where we need to be, bring in the players that we want. 6th, 7th, I agree with you, lads. I'll be happy with that for the moment.
And also, each year a manager stays in place. It becomes a project. So this is the second year of Marco Silva. If it progresses like it did last year, then, in the third year you can look to progress more. I think clubs have to give these managers a bit of time, I think.
Yeah, and we've proved that point with Moyes. David Moyes was in for so long. We stagnated a little bit with that because there wasn't the investment that was needed for him. I think if Moyes had that investment at the time, who knows what could have happened. But we've looked at Allardyce and Koeman and Martinez in the past few years. So let's give this guy the time. We've seen January onwards, he seemed to turn the team around, and we were, getting the results, getting what we needed. The club, the fans, were all back together. Let's not just, the first sign of panic. Let's just not pull the trigger and get rid of him. Let's keep going. Let's keep as we are, like we have done. We've struggled throughout most of the season. Early start of the season, we struggled. We were like, no, this felt not the one for Everton. Give him the opportunity, and look how well we finished. Just outside the Europa League spots. But there was that opportunity. If we'd had that form pre-Christmas, who knows what could have happened with Everton.
Well, Dave, a very sensible take on that, and keep listening to TalkSPORT, because you never know with Everton. You could get a couple more deals done before 5 o'clock. So good to talk to you. Thanks very much.
Yeah, cheers, gents. Thanks very much.
Dave Johnston there, Evertonian from Grand Old Team podcast, sounding pretty happy with the business. Danny Drinkwater's